Hey everyone, today I wanted to go over some more of the artwork I've been working on the last couple of months. So first up, here we got Courage the Cowardly Dog with Wolverine, and this was a request picture, I think. They wanted me to draw Wolverine in a Courage the Cowardly Dog style, whatever that means, so I drew him kind of like how Courage looks, and I drew the picture, and I was like, it looks kind of basic, so I put the big X, and I drew the room silver like they're in the danger room, but I still thought that looked too basic, so I put Muriel over here dressed as Storm, and I put Eustace over here as a big guy, or strong guy, or whatever his name is, and yeah, so I figured, well, if the requester just wants this, they can easily cut them out. This was another request picture of somebody in a Tanuki suit in a Mario game. And this is an interesting thing. Fufau. Fufau is a Brazilian kids TV show character. He's kind of a combination of Barney and Pee-wee Herman a bit. Yeah. And also he's kind of infamous because of some creepy kids show character video that claimed he was from a show based on the island of Dr. Moreau. He isn't. He's from, like, his own show, and he made, like, guest appearances in some musical show, I think. And here's Madam Mim from Sword in the Stone. I was watching Sword in the Stone, and I really like Madam Mim. She's a cool character. And here's Charlie Brown and Huey from... Yeah, Charlie Brown from Charlie Brown and Huey from Boondocks, sitting on that brick bridge from all those Charlie Brown comics, and a few Boondocks comics. And here's Anaku fighting with that lawnmower org monster. Here's Amity from Owl House as the Amityville House. Yeah, that's it. It's just a stupid pun. And here's Obi-Wan Kenobi, because I was watching Star Wars, and I like Obi-Wan. Oh, nothing there. And on the back is another Wild Force picture. Taylor fighting with... I can't remember what this guy's name was. And here's Yaddle, who's like a female of Yoda's kind. She had a big part in, was it Tales of the Jedi, I think? Here's Zeta, remembering that Zed exists. Because when I was watching through Dino Fury the first time, I was kind of frustrated that they introduced Zed and then just kind of forgot about him for like a year. And then here's that music monster from Wild Force making the Rangers dance. Here's James from James and the Giant Peach as a butterfly. This was part of a series of request pictures I did where James, as a caterpillar, creates a little cocoon or chrysalis or whatever and becomes a butterfly. And this was a tribute to some actor whose name I can't remember at the moment, but yeah, these are a bunch of characters that he played and did voices for. And here's these Inuyasha Rangers that are in quite a few request pictures that I did. Here's Gambit and Nightcrawler with little Orphan Annie eyes, because I don't know why. I'd gotten some X-Men comics, and I felt inspired, I guess. And here's the Nenuro guy. Yeah, those weird European commercials where there's a guy getting stressed out and this old puppet screams about everything, and there's that part where he goes to the parking meter and he's getting change out, and then this little guy holds up a euro, but then suddenly it falls out of his hand and rolls down a grate, and he screams, "Ah!" I liked that commercial, so I drew the little dude from it. And this is a request picture of Rita Loud getting squeezed by a snake. Yep. And this is kind of cooler. Yeah, Joker sequel announced. I drew this back when they announced Joker 2. I'm a big fan of the first Joker movie. I liked it, and looking forward to the sequel. I heard it's going to be a musical, which will be really weird. And speaking of Joker stuff, here's Harley Quinn. I had no idea how Harley Quinn was going to look in the movie. Actually, I still don't. I haven't really been following behind the scenes. I don't know if they've released any pictures from it or anything, but yeah, there's a Harley Quinn thing that I drew. And here's another Joker thing, and this very sad-looking Batman here. And here's Reva from the Obi-Wan show. A lot of people really didn't like her, but I thought she worked fine for the show. Like, yeah, she's not a super deep or outstanding villain, but she works for what she had to do. And this is a Power Rangers monster I drew based on some AI artwork. I gave an AI image generator the prompt Power Rangers monster quite a few times, and this was the best it could come up with. So I drew it with some embellishments to make it look a little bit more like a thing. And this is a Stondar or Rockon from Masters of the Universe. Not sure which one. And then here's a Wild Force picture with Animus being a jerk to Cole, taking the Zords away, and then revealing it was all a test. Here's a motorcycle. Yep, I didn't like Animus. And here we got Walter Sobchak from Big Lebowski. I really like Big Lebowski. I think I drew this while I was watching it again a while ago. And here's just a whole bunch of random monsters. We got a vampire, a wolfman, mothman, and Jersey Devil, I think is who this is supposed to be here. And here's some AI image rangers I redrew with some embellishments to actually make them look a little bit more cohesive. And this was a picture I did for one of the Dino Thunder rewatch pictures, or videos. I really like this one line, I guess you wanted it more, from the White Ranger clone. The White Ranger clone was really wasted, I think. They could have done so much more with him. This one line here in this episode when he realizes that him and Trent can't exist at the same time, so he's really fighting for his life, and I think if they had introduced that element earlier, it would have made him a far more interesting character, and it would give him some motivation rather than just blindly following whatever Mesogog tells him to do. Really disappointing character, but at least his final episode was kind of cool. And so then here's my tribute to the Iron Sheik. I'm not a big wrestling guy, but I do like Iron Sheik. There's a couple of wrestlers who had really fun personalities, and I love his Twitter thing. He had a whole afterlife on Twitter where he would just make fun of Hulk Hogan. Like, I remember there was a thing, Happy Thanksgiving to everyone except Hulk Hogan. Like, for no reason, just clowning. And so then here's the red guy and the red guy. I just thought it was funny that there's two prominent red characters called the red guy. And here's a Toad girl as a pirate from Mario or something. And this is an interesting thing. I was just doodling. I doodled Black Panther, colored him in, and didn't know what else to do, so I drew Hacker from Cyber Chase. Why? I don't know. And then I drew Frieza, because, I don't know. And then I doodled some ponies, I drew Spitfire, tried to color her in, and I guess I wasn't happy with it. I don't think I ever put this up anywhere. Anyway, the Black Panther and Hacker thing I kind of like, so I redrew that, and there's Black Panther and there's Hacker. Why? I don't know. Maybe I had a reason. Maybe there was like an in-joke or something I was thinking of, but I don't remember what it was. And here's Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch on Sesame Street with Oscar behind her. And yeah, this I drew back when they found that Lost Sesame Street episode where she guest starred as the Wicked as the Wicked Witch. So I watched that episode. It was a really fun episode. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I had to draw a little thing for it. And here's Woldor and Captain Hero from Drawn Together. Really like Drawn Together. Drawn Together is a really fun, awesome show. At least the first 2 seasons are, and the 3rd season has its moments. And here's Princess Shayla getting her own morpher for the Deer Zord. Yeah, that would have been pretty cool, wouldn't it? This was a request picture for somebody, I think. Here's another request picture with some characters. I have no idea who they are. They're playing with paper airplanes or something. And here's this monster that was, let's see. Someone had a request of Victor and Monty prank calling the Ranger hotline from Dino Fury, I think. Or maybe it was Beast Morphers. I don't remember which it was now. I think it was Dino Fury. Anyway, I drew some monster sneaking up behind them, and I like the design, so I redrew it here. And this is one of my favorite pictures I've ever done. Magna Defender and his son Zika, and then Magna Defender going to sacrifice himself to save Terra Venture. This turned out so cool, and I really love the transition of them walking, the fire, and then him on his own carrying the flowers that Zika gave him. And then here's some request pictures of Sonic characters fighting with some robots. I think this guy is... Dang, I don't remember what he's from. I think he's from Gaoranger and Wild Force. Maybe he was in those. Then this robot, who I don't remember at all. But yeah, I drew Sonic quite a bit better than I usually can draw him. I can't get his face right, usually. And here's Merrick playing pool. Not much to say there. And so here's Snizzard and Madame Woe. I drew this because for a while, the new Lightning Collection Monsters toys coming out were Snizzard and Madame Woe. Or, well, he was going to be a Lightning Collection figure, she was going to be from Super 7. Unfortunately, her figure got cancelled. We got Snizzard, though, at least, so that's something. Oh, and this I drew when I was watching the riff tracks of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Very dumb movie. I don't care for it. Anyway, here's Anakin's ghost telling Luke, yeah, don't contemplate killing kids, it doesn't turn out well. And here's a little microscopic organism that was on Twitter, and a bunch of people were talking about how funny it looked, so I doodled my own little version of it. And then here's, Metalder, or, Ryan from VR Troopers. This probably started as a VR Trooper thumbnail, but I just didn't finish because, I don't know, something about it I didn't like. Here's a bunch of random tokusatsu characters. I'm pretty sure this must have been a request for somebody. So yeah, we got Kikaider01, Potrine, or whatever her name is, Kikaider, Inatsuman, and, dang it, this guy was one of the, Uchu Tetsujin Kyodyne guys or something. And on the other page we have, some request picture with this girl in Discord that somebody I don't remember why. And so this is a cool thing. Here's Thomas the Tank Engine with these weird Japanese TV show mascots. I don't remember what their name is. I happened across this in one of Unlucky Tug's videos. He showed a clip of this Japanese promo thing where these little things talk to Thomas. Here's another one of my favorite YouTubers, Stitched Together Pictures, Andy, about to stomp on some bad reboot. Anyway, yeah, I think I got him pretty good. His room, though, his room has a bunch of horror-related stuff in the back, so I drew some, little masks of different horror characters, some weapons up here, but everything else I just kind of did abstract, so as not to distract too much from the main focus, which is him stomping on a DVD. And so right here is one of the pictures I did a while ago of a whole bunch of random Dragon Ball characters. I was watching a bunch of Mystere Fusion, another one of my favorite YouTubers, and so yeah, I just doodled a bunch of Dragon Ball characters. Here we got Upa, the little, whatever ethnicity kid from Dragon Ball. Barry, this little annoying alien that hangs around Bardock in episode of Bardock. And right here is Cell after he absorbs Krillin in the Budokai video game. I think the first Budokai. Here's Baby Trunks and Puar. And then a bunch of girls. Here's Bulma, or Mr. Fusion pronounces it Bluma, Japanese name. Lunch, Chi-Chi, and Snow. I like Snow. Snow turned out so cool. I love her look. Chi-Chi's got a cool outfit too, and I like Lunch. Bulma, I just drew her in, I don't know, something generic looking. And so, oh, here's something. Here's Luz Peter and King Brian and a face. Yeah, I drew this. Everyone else has to deal with it. This exists now. And here's a remake I tried to draw of my old Power Rangers Dino Thunder hidden episode, or whatever that thing was called. lost episode. I don't remember. And here's another thing. But no matter what I did, I couldn't get it as good as the first one I did. Oh, Goal and the Insatiable. Here's the first rewatch picture I did for Season 2 of Goal and the Insatiable. Turned out really good. I really like how this turned out. I like all the Golan pictures. And this is for VR Troopers. This was an episode where Ryan and JB have to go undercover in a restaurant to spy on somebody. I don't remember what was going on. And this waiter was really oddly rude to them for some reason. And this is a rewatch picture for some Dino Thunder episode where Zeltrax died. Good. I didn't like Zeltrax. And then here's another, I think this was the very first Golan the Insatiable episode where they go to the water park and Golan mistakes Keith for a kidnapper and tries to beat him up with a brick. And Dylan cheers him on because she doesn't really care about Keith anyway. And then here's the picture I did for the rewatch Dino Thunder episode, Lost and Found in Translation. I wanted to do kind of a Mystery Science Theater thing with the Rangers in silhouette watching the TV. This was a request or commission that I did of the Scooby-Doo cast as Merpeople. Here's another Dino Thunder picture. One of the last, I think this was the last episode, so yeah. Zeltrax is dead, lol. Mesagog becomes a big dumb monster, and there's the big dumb ranger team. I didn't care for Dino Thunder. And so here's this very silly thing from VR Troopers where this bad guy, Arachnobot, I think it was the name they gave this clearly human character. Yeah, Ryan defeats this one monster, he turns around to fight this guy, and then he just suddenly falls over and blows up. Yeah, really, it was very, very weird. And so here's a picture I did for the Street Sharks, like, epilogue finale fan thing that I was writing that I couldn't really think of an ending for. I'm still, like, it's kicking around in my head, but I just have no idea where to go with it. Street Sharks had so many, like, unresolved plot threads and characters that it's really hard to figure out a way to, like, end it all. It's not like VR Troopers where it was all, like, kind of pretty simple because there wasn't a whole lot of story to begin with. And then, so here's Thunderstorm, the Dino Thunder Ninja Storm team-up, and I like how this turned out. The Rangers are inconsistent sizes, but, whatever. And this was a request or commission picture. I think this is one of the last requests I did of some girl kissing some guy on a castle. I don't know. I think they were from Frozen or something. Here's the other Thunderstorm rewatch picture I did. We got Lothor and Vofa and Mikla. I know they had names over here, but I don't remember what they were. One of them was like Paparazzoid or something. Here's some Street Sharks that I wasn't happy with. Oh, and here's Lothor with way too big of a head. Oh, and here's this one picture I drew on the channel a while ago. Skibidi Toilet and a camera guy, which I only drew because I was like, oh, Skibidi Toilet is popular, I wonder if it'll get views. And it turns out, yeah, it did get a lot of views, but then they stalled at like 750. And then here's a alien or something I tried to draw. Don't know exactly what he is. And here's little Orphan Annie looking angry. I was doodling stuff, I guess. Here's a commission picture I did of the cast of Funky Phantom as Merpeople. Yeah, that's a thing. And then here's just a bunch of doodles. Me, some animals there. I think, oh yeah, the Pond cast. And so then, let's see, here's two Caitlins and Jeb. Jeb looks happy. I don't remember what was going on here. Here's the Dino Thunder rewatch picture of when Connor got his Battleizer, his very silly, stupid Battleizer with all these weird powers that don't have any relevance to anything. And here's when they revealed that Elsa was actually Principal Randall, and it was really obvious and stupid. Oh, yeah, and this House of Cards, that's why Ethan has little Yu-Gi-Oh hair. And, let's see, there's Anton Mercer turning into Mesagog. And here was this one thing that I drew, and, let's see, a bunch of people were complaining about the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie. How the first thing people did with Winnie the Pooh when he went into public domain was make a horror movie, and it was kind of lame. So I was thinking, what someone should really do is take all the public domain characters out there and do like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So here we got the guy from Wonderful Life, Winnie the Pooh, the Metropolis Robot, Sherlock Holmes, and Nosferatu. Have all these characters go on an adventure together. And here's an original Power Rangers design that I did. I don't remember what it was about or for or anything. Oh, and I had names for them. So yeah, the Red Ranger is Bobby, Blue Ranger is Kate, Pink Ranger is Melody, the White Ranger is Jeff, and here's an alternate form of Jeff. Brad is the Yellow Ranger, and Stephanie is the Silver or Gray Ranger here. I don't know exactly what the story with these characters was. And so last up, I'll talk about this one. This is VR Trooper's picture with the, I can't remember what these things were called, Charmikas. Percy's Charmika steals his Walkman and goes up in a tree. And then last up is the SPD rewatch picture I did for the episode Dogged, with Sid and Rick getting a big focus. So yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.